What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Golden Dice Podcast. It is me and Brian. I'm Jack. I always never say my name, but there's who knows? We might have some poor soul who's their first time listener.
I'm Brian.
And don't know that. Brian, how's your week?
It's okay. It's all right. How's your week, Jack?
It's great, dude. We started soccer.
Oh, I forgot about that already.
Our co-op. We lost.
Yes. Big time. 0-3. Big shutout.
It was close, though. It was 0-0 for a while. They just
It was close until it wasn't close.
They put one past us, and they were like, we got to equalize. And then we just played no defense, and they put two more. Like, okay, let's just stem the bleeding now.
Yep.
But yeah, we've got a little bit of a shorter spoiler review for us. There weren't as many this week. Probably had to do with no Wednesday stream, and also the first 2 weeks of Wednesday streams were spoiler focused. So we've had 20 something each week, where we only have 15 or something this week. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and
easy listening
and hop on into it. The first one we got is Mr. Bones, a 1-cost ground unit, aggression. I performed violence. 3 attack, 1 health, fringe droid. On attack, if you have no cards in hand, you may deal 3 damage to a ground unit. He is a rare. 1 cost, 3/1. That's fine. Even has a higher upside. Fringe droid probably really doesn't matter about either of those things. It just seems like Kylo will like this in his mono aggression deck as just going wide. Yeah.
But I don't see it anywhere but Kylo Ren. I could be wrong about that, but I really don't want to pay a 3 for a 3/1 with on attack when I'm probably not even ducking my hand that much anywhere else but Kylo. So
You're saying you would never play this outside of a double aggression?
I would never play this outside double red Kylo.
Yeah.
Specifically Kylo. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Who are the other? Because you could be one of those go wide Han 2, and just go wide. So you're dumping your hand because you're just playing at least 2 cards a turn or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's that exists.
Sure.
But yeah, I think just ultimately if you're double red, I think a 3/1 might just be fine enough to include, and you're not worried about the on attack as much.
I think it's on the top shelf, and you're just not tall enough to get there.
Yeah.
A little bit of a
reach. We're fans of the Death Star Stormtrooper, right? We don't play Red Villain much anymore.
I was gonna say, I don't remember the last time I played Red Villain, actually.
Mine was the Kylo, but I went all in on Underworld and as many bounty hunters as I could do.
I wanted to play Bosk, and I just kind of haven't gotten to it this set. I don't know, but
yeah, okay. Hero side will definitely like this more than the villain side, because Hero I don't think has any 1-drop 3 attacks in red.
You could play this in Mono Sabine.
Yeah, Mono Sabine, Mono Han. Obviously, don't use Han's ability on this, but
You sure? I think it'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah.
If you run out of aspect, then it's down to a 1 cost again, and then it's in your trash.
True. All of it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Geonosis Patrol Fighter is a space 5-cost single aspect cunning 3/2 separatist vehicle fighter. Exploit 2. When played, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less to its owner's hand. So this is a waylay that you can drop with a unit that sticks on the board. It could be a 1 cost. It could be a 3 cost. So I like this. It depends what kind of deck you're playing with it, but it's interesting. You're very close.
I was trying to turn the other light on. I didn't realize it didn't turn on. But that's
so close.
It's whatever. We'll just go half lighting.
But yeah, it's neat. I don't know what kind of deck I want to play this in, but it's a neat little 3/2 in space that could be cheaper. But
yeah, ultimately, even if you just exploit 1 and it's a 3/2 in space for 3 that bounces, I think you're pretty happy
with a body. Yeah, Cantina Bouncer comes in for 5 and it's a 3/5. This is, maybe better. It's also a single aspect, so it's a little more jammable in other places.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely one of those Yeah, just good tempo cards because if you can exploit it and play it like at 3 on curve, then you're definitely bouncing something. It's just one of those games that gets like definitely worse as you go on because you probably don't want to like exploit too hard for like a 3-2 in space, and then it's when played also is probably going down because it's later in the game. There's probably less 3 cost stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you could also use this on U2 as like a new adventure kind of thing, but then do you
Yeah.
want to? I mean, it's like one of those things where you could save a Dr. Evazan. You could, I don't know, just thinking outside the box here, but I like it. I think it's cool. I think it has a lot of uses. I don't know what the best uses are. I feel like I'm definitely like the more I look at exploit, the more I'm absolutely going to shoot myself in the foot one of these times. I'm like, I'm going to exploit for this. It's going to get blown up immediately, and then I've lost 3 units in one turn.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think one of the things people like as tokens got spoiled, everybody was like, "Power of the Dark Side's terrible." It's like yes, but also if it's a
but
deck that's
no.
like just trying to exploit like
Hmm.
3 things at once and play big drop, then it's just like, well, they're gonna have to fork up a little bit and keep a token out there or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, exploiting is gonna be. You're definitely gonna want to think about your board states. You're not always just gonna want to like this. I doubt I'd really always want to exploit 2. I'd probably just want to exploit 1 and
Yeah,
play
but
for
like
3.
there are other things down the road where I could see myself being like, I can absolutely power the dark side. Then I get the one defeated, and then I get more tokens to nuke. You know,
Yeah, we'll see. There's just one coming up for that a little bit. Yeah.
it's cool. I like this whole concept. I think exploit is gonna be fun.
Yep. On to the next one. 2 cost of Vent, Just Heroism, Sword and Shield Maneuver. It has Jedi, Republic, and Tactic tags. It's an uncommon, and it says give each friendly trooper unit raid 1 for this phase. Give each friendly Jedi unit Sentinel for this phase. I mean, draft seems pretty good. Is like filling out a deck on like a turn that you could swing pretty hard.
Thematically, awesome,
Yeah.
very cool card. The thought is there. The execution is maybe not. I mean, it depends how many Jedi cards you're gonna be playing. I would imagine there's a ton in this set, and this might be great in draft. But like if you're, I don't
Yeah.
know.
The issue for me is like, so especially when it gets to like those specific type key, like Trooper will probably be everywhere, but Jedi's like gonna be a little bit more narrow,
Well,
and it's
your
like,
tokens too. Like troopers all over the place, but
yeah, and
think
it's
about.
like the thing that wants or probably like the best body for Sentinel is like Obi-Wan, and he already has it too.
I mean, like mace unit counts, right? Like you could pop a 5/8 sentinel on him.
Yeah, leader.
Yeah, leader.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I'm thinking for me in draft was where my mind for that draft was draft, and you
Hmm.
could do it with Ahsoka too. So I mean, like currently we have 3 leaders who come out and have Jedi uh, on them. So there's definitely some like interesting spots for it, but yeah, I don't know. Like,
Like mace with a saber on him. That's fine. Got to get through 10 health in a turn. I don't know though. It's funky. It's a funky card.
yeah, I mean, I was I think it's pretty bad. So I was kept looking at it only from a draft and sealed perspective. I don't know. I struggle to see how this makes like
Oh, it does make a
the
60,
50 or
but
60.
I
Yeah,
think it's cool.
yeah, certainly
You
neat.
know.
Certainly neat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Captain Rex is a command heroism leader, uh, fighting for his brothers. Oh, we didn't say Mr. Bones is I perform violence, did we?
I
Did
did.
you?
Yeah.
I missed it. So he's a 2/6 Republic clone trooper. When deployed, create a clone trooper token. Each other friendly trooper gets +0/+1. On his leader side, he is a action 2 and exhaust. If a friendly unit attack this phase, create a clone trooper token. I like that it is. That's a very easy um, stipulation to meet. Um, you're mostly trying to attack with things in this game anyway, so that's always going to be on. Um, he's cool. I'm not like jazzed about him. I think Green Hero has been lacking for jazz, all that jazz. I think that Green Hero has been lacking from the jump. I think this is one of the better ones. I don't think this is going to be uber competitive. I think you could have fun at a local with this card. Um, I'm not high on him. I can understand why people are.
Yeah.
Um,
It's annoying that there's
I wish
like,
he was a 3-6 or a 3 set. Like those numbers just don't.
I mean, it's just hard though, because like you're getting a 4.9
Yeah,
worth of stats. Now, if he
yeah.
dies before that, then it's a 4.8 because then the trooper
Inception would
loses
disagree with
plus
you.
0. Yeah, he would. I kept saying 4.8, not including his other, giving troopers the +1 defense. 'Cause the reason I would include that is like because if he dies, you don't get that
Yeah.
+1 on the other tokens. Yeah, like obviously, especially like later game, just being able to make a 2 cost is going to be very effective, or make a clone trooper for 2 costs. It's just annoying that like yes, costing 2 is overstated or overcosted for 2/2, and then having to attack like 2 stipulations on it, like the extra pay and the and attacking, is kind of annoying. But I mean, there's definitely certain ways to like trigger this of like having multiple tokens out, right? You have multiple bodies that you can definitely swing in with, and then even ambush stuff, right? Like later game, if you are at what seven, Plo Koon costs 5, right? So if you're at like 7 resources, you could ambush in Plo Koon and then create a clone trooper token after that. If he's dead already by that time or something.
Um, Here's what I want from Rex. Like, I wish like the when deployed was create a readied clone trooper token, and I don't think that's even too much to ask because it comes in and you have to do 2 actions to swing with both.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 3 actions. You deploy, you swing, you swing.
yeah.
I don't think that's too much to ask personally, especially as he's a 2-6. Um, but it just doesn't do enough. Like, look at other like Boba. I mean, we're always gonna have to compare to Boba because he's the best leader in the game, right? He comes out as a 4-7, and he stands 2 resources almost every single time. Um, Meh. He's okay. He's okay. You can't
uh,
convince me otherwise. I've been stewing on this
yeah,
card for a week.
yeah.
Stewing.
I might even would say that he's like the best green hero, but I know that bar is low. But I do like Boba in green hero. Like I think he's fine.
He's the best, but he's still not good. Like I don't know.
I but I also am just like thinking of him of just like a value deck more than like trying to get coordinate off. Like I'm just thinking like some of the green hero stuff we've got with um like Shakti and Yularen and
Cody.
yeah,
I
like
like
Cody
Cody
buffing
too.
stuff
Yeah.
too. So I mean like you could think about that turn where like Rex comes out and you get to play Cody. Like, you know, that's
But
not
so like here's the dream, right? You have a 2-drop. I don't care what it is. You play like Yularen into Shakti into either Ayla Sakura or Cody, and then all that coordinates on, and you make some good stuff, and everything's buffed to high hell. Like then it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, and
But
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm not like, oh, let me with Rex go crazy wide and like try to turn on all these coordinates. Like, I'm mostly just thinking, I don't know, how can I just get value out of constantly having units like on the board for actions? And if like coordinate with Cody's obviously very good, even though he's a 4/4 or whatever. That'll be great, but won't go crazy if it doesn't work out.
plus 1/+1 overwhelm is neat on that. Like where you've got all the
Yeah, I mean,
um
imagine if you stick uh Yularen
yeah.
and then Cody comes out now, and like now Cody, he's not heroism, so he wouldn't get the +1 defense, but he would still be 4/4, and then
It'd be 4/5
Rex.
with oh no, I'm
No,
sorry.
that's
Yeah,
what I was
you're right.
saying. He's
You're right.
not.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
yep, yep.
it's only heroism. But I mean, like if
He'd be
those are
plus
out,
one with Cody
he
out with Get Rex though. Yeah.
yeah. So Rex would be a
Four
3/8
five. Yep.
because he would get the +1 from Yularen. So it's like those things is where my mind is going of just like kind of beefy bunch of units out, like getting extra stats because like that's the ability of things. But
Yeah.
that I mean, I'm excited to try him, but green is always just like a weird spot too of like to play the best base in the game, you have to be like mono. So
I
it's
would
like
play with the next. I would play with the next card. I would give that a try.
I didn't even look at what the next. Oh no, no, absolutely not. I hate
Oops.
this.
I
I
was
mean,
just trying to
I mean,
segue in.
we
Yeah,
covered a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
stuff with Rex, but I mean, yeah, I'm excited for him. Double green seems interesting, especially like I know there's a new double green that you can like create two clone troopers with. So, but that costs
Droids.
3. I wish that cost 2. I mean, 2
Oh
obviously
no,
would
you're
be
talking
insane.
about. I thought you were talking about the base.
I don't know, yeah. But yeah, you could do that base too and like deploy him and now have
A
3
lot.
tokens. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, we can move on. We covered him pretty decently.
Yep. You're up,
Oh, this
boss.
is me. Yeah, we have a base. We have our last rare base, 25 health, Shadow Collective Camp. When you deploy leader, draw a card. I would rather probably just play Tarkin Town.
Hmm.
Sure, and Twin
Uh,
Suns and draw them a card twice seems neat, but like,
I don't know. This this would be neat if it wasn't 20 like
that's what I mean. You're
what
giving
were,
up 5
what were the
health for
numbers? Yeah, what were
something.
the numbers? There's a 26, there's a 24.
I think 225 is 26 and 24.
Okay. Yeah. If this
Yeah,
was
the 24 is the
26,
green
yeah,
one.
26 Petronaki is
Yeah.
26. I don't know.
This and the blue one are just terrible to me. The yellow and the green one have me interested. Because it's like you just what do you just draw? You sacrifice 5 health to just draw a card. Like unless there's like a leader who wants to synergize with this more, I just don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm with you. It's not great.
I mean, yeah, it's in current. I could see this as something that, like, in the future, a few sets down the road, where like leaders do different things of interacting with drawing cards and stuff like that. Uh,
Yeah, but there isn't any currently, right?
and that's what I mean. So I currently not excited, but I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. If it was two cards,
Yeah, yeah,
bust.
yeah. 2 cards would be really good. 2 cards.
Two cards would be
And
busted.
that's probably the issue that they had was like, all right,
Yeah,
at 20
balancing
at
is kind
25
of.
health, 1 card maybe feels rough. 2 cards is definitely too insane. So like if they go to 2 cards, you almost have to drop it to like 24 or 23 or something crazy.
Yeah, because also that would be like, I mean, imagine dropping Rex on 5 and then getting 2 more. Like it's. Yeah, I can understand the balancing purposes of getting it too early and then it's like Padme comes down on 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Next
Good?
one.
All right, Emphas Nest, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Champion of Justice is a
She lost
7
the helmet
cost.
and she gained
Yeah.
a um,
Uh,
cost.
yeah, gained a cost, and what were the stats before? She gained a couple health too. And she took off her helmet, gained some health. It's weird.
Yeah, I think it's five
Uh,
four was the last one.
yeah. So she's a 7 cost cunning hero, 5/7 underworld with Saboteur. When plated on attack, you may return an enemy non-leader unit with less power than this unit to its hand. So that's pretty good. Uh,
And a rare.
no, she's a rare. Yep. So that's neat. More bouncing is always good, and then you can like buff her up and make this unit kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you play her, on your 7 resource turn, and then next turn, uh,
but
you
like a
could open up
jetpack.
with Hotshot blast
Oh,
her.
that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Jetpack's great too. Just Hotshot, I was thinking because it's all one action, so you can immediately
Right.
play it. She's now a 7/7, and you can
Hmm.
bounce something that's 6 or less.
Yeah.
Which there's
Absolutely.
definitely there's definitely some relevant targets still at that. Whether it's would hit Vader, could even hit reinforcement walkers. Um,
True.
you can even hit some space things. 7 wouldn't quite get you there for some of the bigger stuff, but
Yeah.
it's yeah. I mean,
Uh.
I think she's really good. I think she's gonna become like a pretty good staple in Yellow Hero, like mid range.
Hmm. Yeah. She's pretty good, and she only has upside really. So.
Yeah, Saboteur feels like a
Have a cheer.
underrated keyword at times. Like I kind of dig that she has this too because she's just like it's not like she would have to like hit a weenie
Uh-huh.
like if they drop a like village people or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't have to hit them. You could literally just
Bouncing.
go 5 to base and then bounce it, and then the rest of your stuff can. I mean, they probably could replay because right, 7 resources.
Right.
Depending on what else they did that turn, but it's I like her a lot.
Yeah, I think she's got some serious upside for sure.
Yep. On the next one, Battle Droid Legion. It is a 9-cost ground unit, just villainy. 6 attack, 5 health, Separatist, Droid, and Trooper. It has Exploit 2, and has when defeated, create 3 Battle Droid tokens. It's an uncommon. This seems like an absolute bomb in draft and sealed. Like, this just feels great. And Premiere, I mean, I know some people weren't like too excited from the initial reactions I saw, but I mean, if you're going into that exploit deck, like this seems fine because if you can get 2 on the board, you could play this for 5, and you're playing a 5/6/5. That's not terribly understated. I mean, like Ayla's a 6/5. You know, you could argue her ability's better and stuff like that. And I know, you know, he would trade with Poe. So I think there's some pretty good upside in that. And then when it dies, it leaves behind 3 battle droids. So you're still like positive on the amount of units that you're like getting from this person.
I need to scroll back some because I keep thinking about anytime I see an exploit card or a villain card, I need to look back at Dooku. And I think the Dooku gets more
exploit
interesting
3,
to me. Yeah, more interesting to me the more cards that drop. I mean, I think that you have to think about this one a little harder because right off the rip you think like 4 for 6, you know, sorry, 4 off for a 6/5 and still expensive. But I think you need to look at the long term, like you said. Like it can clear out some stuff, it leaves behind some more exploit fodder, and it makes your board a little wider. I like this card a lot. I think it jives with Dooku pretty well.
You can exploit 3.
Yeah, I'm interested in this card for sure. I exploit 5, and then it's what, free?
When he flips, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but even just like giving it exploit 3 to play it for 3 is certainly interesting.
Yeah, and then it's a 3-cost 6/5.
Yeah, I mean,
the math is crazy. This set.
Yeah, and you even like have to think about like the 3-drop that the Battle Droid Escort. It's like a 1/1 spawns a 1/1, and then when it's defeated, spawns another 1/1. So it's like, you know, you're just definitely going to be able to have bodies, and it's like exploit decks. Like that card's probably a staple within it. So, yeah, I'm a fan.
I'm trying to think of what other just villainy cards we've seen. Like I was looking at Invisible Hand, looks great. Like,
Invisible Hand, I'm a little bit more sus on. I like that it makes battle droids.
Well, with Dooku, it's good. Hellfire Tank, Battle Droid Escort. Like I like
Because what, you could exploit it, play it at 6 for 4/7.
Yeah, I mean if he's out, you can play it for 2.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I just get worried some of the stuff of like, not only do you have to like he needs to live, you need to have that many stuff out, which is definitely possible with the things we've been talking about. But part of me is like, if I'm just happy giving it exploit 1, then it'll probably just be, it'll be even great when he's deployed and I can exploit, adding 3 exploit to something.
Right. Yeah, I think that the mono aspect villain cards have been really cool so far, and this is no exception.
I definitely like them better than all the heroes ones we've gotten so far.
Oh come on, sword and shield maneuvers. Cool.
I mean, even before we get to the events, dude, like the units just seem. We got the 2-cost 3/2. We got the 3-cost 3/2 ambush. We have the 1-cost 1/2 coordinate that gets +1/+1, and then you have the 3-drop 2/5 that coordinate gets saboteur. I'm just like, these are all
those are
terrible. Like I don't.
Horrible.
I mean, they're probably like fine-ish in draft, but they even just seem rough in that too. I don't know. But anyways,
we were talking about hero too at this set in general so far. Not looking crazy.
Yeah, there's definitely some like good spots in it, but yeah, in our Discord we were like, hey, what is everybody excited? I said Emphas, Yularen, like the lat gun ship, like I'm excited for, and then some people said
Anakin.
I was like, yeah, we saw an Anakin, Plo Koon, Aayla Secura, Obi,
Shakti.
Yeah, Shakti.
I like Shakti. Shakti's just so weak.
Yeah.
like health wise.
Yeah.
Villain is definitely more intriguing this set to me personally.
Yeah. I don't think you're alone. I don't think you're alone.
No, I'm not.
But speaking of exploit, I mean, we got a great way to help facilitate that for the next one.
Sure do.
And that's all you, little guy. Didn't I read? Yeah.
That's me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, we sure do.
Yeah.
Beat it. We got a new gun ray, a vindictive viceroy. He is a separatist official. Action exhaust. If two or more friendly units were defeated this phase, create a battle droid token. He flips on 6 as a 2/8. Also, he's vigilance ability. I don't know if I said that. On attack, create a battle droid token. So he is another exploit machine where he just kind of keeps spewing out 1/1s for you to defeat. I think he's less interesting to me than Dooku is. I think the Dooku just kind of facilitates it better, and I think the Dooku's body is better.
Oh yeah,
Even
yeah.
as an
2-8
old
is
man.
like terrible.
2/8's really just not
That's
doing
6.
anything for you. Yeah,
You
I
were
think
mad. You were mad about Rex. This is a turn later.
Oh, this is not very good. No, I'm not crazy about this personally. I think that even if it was like a 3/7, I'd be a little more excited about this. This stat line's just weird, right? There's no deploy effects like the when deploy. Even if it was a when deploy, create a battle droid token or two. I think this would be a little more enticing. But as it stands currently, there's no reason to play this over Dooku. He's
Yeah,
just
I
not
mean,
that interesting.
the argument probably for a 2-8 over 3/7 is that his is on attack, so him having another point of health makes him stick around longer. So like, it's
You're
probably
making
reasonable to
1/1.
think that he will survive and do 2 attacks.
Yeah, but you're making 1/1s. Like it's not so like if this was given to Rex, that would be crazy.
Well, yeah,
Right?
'cause, I
Making
mean,
2/2s
yeah.
is insane. Making 1/1s as a 2/8, like I'm not that fascinated.
But I mean, villain, you gotta view it less of like I'm not viewing it as a 1/1. I'm viewing it as more meat to the grinder for my exploits. Like I don't think I'll like. I could see a lot of games where I'm like passing or claiming, despite having like 2 ready battle droids, or more so claiming. I'm not going to pass if they claimed, right? But you're. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be as pressed to get as much value in terms of attacking out of 1/1s, and they're just kind of there to die so I can play my bigger things. And that's what's like nice about like his leader side too is like you exploit, 2 things. You play an exploit 2, boom, you spawn another token. So now you still have uh, more meat to the grinders. I'm saying, you just got more things to throw into the fire and just keep your bigger stuff going.
Yeah, the fodder.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I
I do.
still
I
don't
agree
like.
that I like Dooku a lot more, and I think Dooku would be more relevant. But I don't think like Nute is like garbage tier. I think he will just be like middle of the pack. You can definitely win it. Like store showdowns, he probably even could make a splash like at PQs or something. But like he's not gonna like define
That's
the
a
meta.
bold claim.
Well, I mean, hey, you're seeing some of these 1Ks have like Lando and Fennec like topping them too. Like I think so far the balancing in this game has been pretty wide open, and he doesn't seem like he's dog tier. So that like he doesn't seem like he's a Jin or a Hera or IG-88.
Oh,
Like he's definitely. I mean, I guess hard to say definitely, but in my eyes, he's better than
you would
them.
hurt Flock's feelings if he was here.
Yeah. So I mean, like he seems playable, but not amazing.
Yeah, I get it. I ugh. I don't know. They're just there are things that do. That's the problem with this game. I think is where you've got some leaders where it's like, I think this is just a better choice. And
Yeah.
this is not the better choice.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Cool.
Yeah.
I also love that it's like the same scene of Dooku, like his art and Dooku's art. They're both
Yeah.
like overlooking on Geonosis. It's pretty sick.
Twin Sons, and then you've got the engine.
That
Dude,
is
it's
pretty
crazy.
sick. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next one. Rune Hako, I guess is how you say his name. Scheming second. He's a 2-cost ground unit, vigilance, villainy, 3 attack, 2 health, separatist official. When played, if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, you may give a unit -1/-1 for this phase. Uncommon. I think he's baller. I love him. He's probably just included, like, if you think about vigilance, villainy, bro, the 2-drops are terrible. Like, I don't know if I can name like a good one that I'm like, this is 100% good in most situations. Like, Pike Sentinel is great because it synergizes with Kira. But even then, you're not like writing home about that. Inferno 4 is really great because you can
Yeah,
cycle your deck. Or not cycle, but like, kind of filter it a little bit.
try.
Yeah. But then it's just like the High Loban Enforcer, like the Scout
And Kira's
Bike,
great.
the. But even that,
And
like, I mean,
Kira's
he just
great.
gets punished though too. Like, there's definitely some
Yeah.
lines that he just get. This guy is just like the High Loban. You have to sacrifice initiative to get him to a 3/2. This guy's just a
Yeah.
3/2, and he's official, so like Palp cares about that. And late game, he does something.
Yep.
Like
Yeah. I
that
like this one.
-1/-1 might be relevant.
I can't believe Palpatine called him stunted slime.
Stunted slime.
His stunted slime out of my face. Yeah, no, I think he's good, and I think that you can.
Amazing. I didn't even remember that. I mean, now that you said the scene, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we are going to lose, or whatever it was. But
Yeah.
no, I think that Palpatine does care about this, and you can kind of slot out like a Piet for him or whatever. Like you can have your Mather. But yeah, I like him a lot. He's cool. 3/2 is great as
Yeah.
a 2-drop, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. You can actually even exploit him with Dooku, play him for free, and get his Wem played if you wanted to,
Yeah.
just to make sure it happens. But
I mean, yeah.
it'll happen. It's gonna happen.
And he's like somebody you don't mind exploiting later either. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like if
Right.
you exploit, like if you just have a battle droid and you're not really exploiting anything else, just play him for free. He gives -1/-1 or something, and now he's just a better body than the 1/1 too.
Yeah. So I've cracked the meta there.
There it is. All right.
So anyway, multi-troop transport is a 7-cost ground unit, vigilance only. 3/6 separatist vehicle tank, exploit 2 on attack, create a battle droid token. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
This
like
is a card.
it kind of has the things you like. I mean, if you exploit 2, it's a 3/6, not bad, but it just feels like slow and I don't know.
It doesn't do enough soon enough.
I wish it was like on attack and when defeated, create a battle droid token. It's like something like that could have been a little bit more interesting, but
Or when played on attack, like
yeah,
get your immediate refund,
yeah. But I mean, I think this will be decent in draft. I mean, the 3 attack and 6 health will let it soak up, a lot of droids and or clones and stuff like that. Like, there's definitely some value there in that, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you can make your money back and get the troops back, like I guess.
Yeah,
It's fine.
but yeah, constructed play. A
Little tough.
little more
Little
worried
tougher.
about that. Is this another episode 1 artwork? I'm pretty sure they said like nothing is really
Yes.
from episode 1.
Yes, this is the invasion of Naboo.
Yeah, and then I know like the mall unit is episode
Mhm.
1. I'm curious what else. I haven't been paying too close attention. To it, so.
2 cards ahead is another episode 1.
Oh yeah. Dude, you've been getting all the good ones, man. Next
Yeah,
up, Nameless Valor. One
Oh, this is
cost
great. What are you talking
upgrade
about?
command. You got both leaders, and I get Nameless Valor. One cost command attached to a token unit.
Ironic.
Attached unit gains Overwhelm. It gets +2/+2 and is learned. I mean, like fine. Like it's like again, you'll probably be happy to play this in draft. Put it on a clone. It's now 4/4 with Overwhelm. Like it's fine. But I mean, you're never like
No.
I'm not gonna put an upgrade in my deck that only goes on token units. I don't know.
No.
Especially battle droids, and it's like even in clones where it's like I want you to stick around more for coordinate more, but also I don't want to invest anything into you.
All right, so you put 3 of these on one clone,
Yeah,
and then you have a
An 8/8
8/8 with Overwhelm.
triple overwhelm, so you do 3 times damage to base, right? That's how that works.
And he's a legendary.
And then you
now,
can
so it's
ECL
crazy.
in Wrecker and just do 7 to base, right? You can just
Yeah.
ambush into base.
If you're flock.
Perfect.
Yeah.
On the next one.
Now there are 2 of them. So this is another episode 1 art we
Yeah.
were just discussing. So this is a 3-cost event. Cunning Trick. Flockton is frothing right now.
And this matters though, because Java can do it. He kept saying trick for heroes. I'm like, does this matter for anything?
See, but if you have Java out, you have to if you control exactly one unit, play a non-vehicle unit from your hand that shares a trait with the unit you control. It costs 5 less. Is Java Underworld?
Yeah, I think he's Underworld.
Because that might not be bad.
Yeah, I actually have some hopes for this card. Um, I'm thinking like
Java's
just
Underworld. Yeah. So I mean,
Underworld. Yeah, you could
you
play
could play like a
Zuckuss.
mall.
You could play. Well, yeah. So yeah. I mean, if Jabba's out later, yeah. I'm just thinking like even if you do turn 1 play and then play this turn 2, like you could play 5-drop turn 2 with this. And
Yeah.
there's like some
Like a Bosk.
Crafty Smuggler has a shield. Like they're probably, unless they're like Sabine or something, you know what I mean? Like he's probably gonna live even if you don't have initiative.
Yeah.
The Crafty, and then it's like, yeah, you drop Bosk or Zuckuss or
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever their 5 drops off the
Well,
like.
not 4 line because he's 4, but
I mean, yeah, but you
but
could
you
like in a
can
pinch like
like
play
an
up.
ambush kind of thing early. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, obviously like the least exciting of them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but and then
All right,
also
well,
like
cool.
later games too, like you could cheat out a fire spray like a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be turn 4.
I'm trying to like look at all the 5 Syndicate lackeys are 5.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could control the board a little bit with this.
yeah. Nothing like too
Uh,
great. Chrysanthemum, dude.
this will be a great hyperspace.
Oh yeah. This is
Great
this is
hyperspace
definitely gonna look
foil.
sick.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not going to be one of the most expensive L's we have, for sure. When you've got stuff like I don't even know what are the other L's better than this.
Mm.
Ayla
Yeah,
Secura, Grievous, like
Grievous. Yeah, Aeon. I mean, she might be fine, but I do have
it,
expectations of this. Like, I think this could be played in a deck that is like playing around that and okay with having like one thing on the board at certain times.
yeah, yeah, and it's cunning. I mean, it's a great card, great color.
Yeah, because
Slap it
especially
in
like
Boba
my
deck.
mind is just like I play a Crafty and the next turn I play Bosk.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 4/5
Now you're
ambush
way
comes
ahead of the
in, and then now
curve.
every event after I play I can do it too. Like,
Yep,
it just seems pretty good.
pretty good. Even if you're playing it in like a Boba ECL, you don't have to stick to. You could do an Imperial kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, so yeah, like there's just a lot of interesting things, and I'm curious of like I haven't closely looked at like the Republic
No,
tag and stuff like that, and like the Separatist stuff yet to even like
no. In this set, I don't know what has what. I have no clue.
yeah
That's why I
yeah
was like Imperial and Underworld. Those are 2 things I do know.
that's what and yeah. So my mind keeps just going to the 5 drops simply because just playing this like on turn 2 is interesting. So like you said, like Ale is interesting. Anakin is
Yeah.
Republic and stuff like 5 costs. So that's where my mind currently is with this.
We have yellow leaders for. We have
Not for
Django
hero.
and Grievous.
Yeah, no hero ones.
So not yet. I don't. Yeah, I mean this has the possibility to go up too.
Yeah, like
Once we see what,
there could be yellow hero that synergizes with something along those lines.
like you could play a Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo Koon's another one. Yep, and he's in that color
with,
too. So,
with ambush and a coordinate, you're not going to get off with the raid 3,
but the ambush you could at least
but
like
turn 1, turn 2, you're going to be able to wipe out your turn 1 play and
yeah,
be
you
happy
definitely
about
kill
it.
that Battlefield Marine or Sabine
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Anakin, Plo Koon. Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
On the next one, we have the Malevolence, a 9-cost space unit. Grievous's secret weapon, vigilance, villainy, 7 attack, 7 health, separatist vehicle, capital ship, exploit 4, restore 2, and when played, give an enemy unit -4, -0 for this phase. It can attack for this phase, and it's a rare.
I'm so torn on this card.
Yeah, this seems like one where it's like, all right, I need to like play with it and
Yeah.
like
I need more
exploit like
time to think.
4 is a lot to do.
Yeah. You can play this for 1 theoretically. Like, I don't know if you want to, but you can.
Yeah.
But the thought of getting a 9 cost out that quickly is wild. Even if you're not using the full exploit 4, like,
Yeah.
it's a choice.
Yeah, I mean
It's a
even like
choice.
exploit 2 to make it a 5-cost 7/7 in space with restore 2 and stopping something big from attacking potentially.
Yeah.
Is Pretty nice, and it can make some favorable trades on your end. I get why it's not minus any health, because that would be probably too ridiculous to -4, -4 something when it can be exploited and played earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, you certainly can be able to like trade up on certain things.
Yeah.
Because your units won't die.
Yeah, I would put this in blue palp for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I mean,
I think Dooku Blue is like the first deck I'm gonna make, and it's certainly gonna be tried in that deck.
yeah, yeah. I mean, also restore 2 and villain, like
Yeah,
that's
Restore's big. That's not something
nothing
they
to turn your
have.
nose up at.
That's
Yeah,
like the scariest thing about playing Kira and not Iden and Krennic is like, I don't have any heals. I still think she's a better leader, but I need to think
yeah,
about where I'm healing.
right. I mean, it's something to consider.
Yeah.
I think the restore 2 makes it definitely interesting to me, but
Yeah.
I'm still torn. I don't know what I feel about the card.
Yeah. Great. Dude, this is going to be a sick hyperspace, dude.
Yes,
This
yeah.
is sick.
I love this arc in Clone Wars.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Obedient Vanguard is a 1-cost ground unit. Just command a 1/1 Separatist droid trooper with raid 1. When defeated, you may give a trooper unit +2/+2 for this phase. Okay. I would exploit the crap out of this.
I was going to say, he's like one of the better one drops. Like, if you're trying to include stuff in your deck to exploit, certainly one of the better ones.
Yeah. You play 2 of these turn 1, you're cooking. You're cooking. You kill one of these into your other turn 1 play and give the other one 2/2. So now it's a 4/2, a 4/3 when it attacks.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's an okay card.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a unit to be exploited that has a good when defeated. A pretty good when
And
defeated.
if you combine it with the next card, then it's just crazy. So good.
Yes, it is. And the next card is Droid Cohort. 1-cost upgrade, cunning, attached unit gains. When defeated, create a battle droid token. +1/+1, supply, tag, and is common. Yeah, sure. Draft, I'll put this on something simply for 1/1/1 if I end up including this even in that 30. But,
Yeah. Probably not.
yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. Kind of doo-doo.
Do you have the next one? I can just read it if not.
Where is it?
Yeah, I could just.
I don't. It's not on. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
not on SWODB, so I had to go to the spoilers thing. But it's a 2-cost upgrade clone cohort, aggression, attach unit gains raid 2, and when defeated, create a clone trooper token. +0/+0 supply. This is somehow worse than droid cohort, in my opinion. Yes, you spawn a bigger body, but you're also paying one more, and then you're also getting no stats.
Yep. Yeah, it is not good.
And raid always makes me nervous. I'd rather it just like was a +1 attack or something at least. Like,
yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that the math has to add up because the clones are 2/2 and the droids are 1/1.
But this just seems like
But it doesn't add up
all
still.
around worse.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. I would almost say just make it the same as the clone, the droid clone.
Yeah, why couldn't this be a 2-cost
be a
+1/+1?
Yeah.
And then create a clone. Because then, like, droid, technically, you're paying 1 for the +1/+1, and then you make a droid. So it's like you get 2/2 stats. Whereas this, it's like you pay 2, and if you don't even get to attack with the thing, you then only get 2.
You just wasted it. Yeah, right. Like,
yeah.
it's not good. And then imagine you're running Rex and you don't even get your token out of it because you couldn't swing.
Oh yeah. Just yeah. If you're playing Rex, just attack with whatever it is, and then make a clone trooper that way.
Yeah, and then put it on.
Yeah.
If you were doing that way, I mean, I wouldn't run this card.
I would say this
I wouldn't
doesn't
run either of these cards.
feel like a card that I would want to draft. And
No,
it's like
I'm not running.
Sealed, maybe, simply because like that's just a crapshoot of what you get. But even then, there's probably cards where I'd rather just play the +2 on it before I want to play either of them. I mean, maybe Droid Cohort, I don't super duper hate in like a sealed format, but I probably will never play Clone Cohort.
I mean, I could see it in. Okay, so work with me here. I can see Droid Cohort in a Grievous deck because you give it Sentinel, and then it just replaces it for 1. I get that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I really don't see why you're running this.
Yeah. I agree.
but pretty much only in Grievous, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does, right? He gives Sentinel. It was so far back, I don't even remember
Yeah,
what
I give
Grievous
Sentinel
does.
to
Yeah,
I think
plus
just a
one and then
droid.
Sentinel for the face. Yep, to a droid.
His leader side, I don't think gives +1, or does it?
His leader side does not, but you get Sentinel
You
on the
just
other
give
side
Sentinel,
for
and
free.
then yeah, the unit
Yep,
side gives the +1.
yep.
Cool.
So it replaces what it breaks, which is fine. But
How exciting.
yeah, not great. Not great.
But yeah, I mean that's all the spoilers we got for this week. Nothing like too crazy. Some good nuggets in there. Enfys Nest, I think Rune, Hako, I think the Patrol Fighter and the Battle Droid Legion, maybe, but
Now
like
there
the
are
last
two
two
of
are a
them.
little bit rougher. But
Now there are two of them are good. I've changed my mind entirely from before we started recording to now.
you said none of them, but you also didn't read them.
I was like, I don't know what any of these do.
Yeah, yeah.
I read them as they came out, but like staring at them now, there was nothing I was like, oh, right, cool.
Yeah, I almost never process cards until we do this because when cards come out, all I'm doing is quickly reposting it to social media and then
Yep.
forget about it.
Block's still
But
processing set one, so don't worry
yeah,
about it. You know.
but yeah, appreciate everybody watching. These go out Monday every week, recapping the previous week's spoilers. So we'll be doing this through what, probably like
The next 5 weeks.
not quite. I mean, when did we know the set? When did they stop spoilers? I'm trying to remember. Dude, it is crazy that we are 5
5 weeks
weeks
out.
away from pre-release.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And
Uh, what
really, we'll be walking out with our boxes because I don't know if anybody saw, but
Did they
US
confirm
also
that
got the
or?
same thing
Oh my!
from UK of like we can walk out with our boxes at pre-release if your store's hosting a pre-release.
Well, I gotta change my day off.
Yeah. But anyways, appreciate y'all tuning in. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, on YouTube. Content 3 times a week, yeah, sometimes more, sometimes less if I forget to upload. But summer's slowing down. So appreciate
Doing
you
our
all. Keep tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.